it's Nicole, the Blind Mage, sharing a bit of magic with the world. And today, I'm showing you how I do tarot reads. Hey guys, so I thought it'd be an interesting video to show you how I do tarot spreads and readings for tarot. I'm sure you're out here wondering how I do readings due to the fact that tarot is very visual, similar to ruins and reading of tea leaves, or new one for me, coffee beans, or coffee grinds that are found in the bottom cup.
Coffee!
A lot of people think that if you're a VIP or blind, that you can't do these readings. That another person here has to tell you what the cards are, their interpretation of them, or in general, just take stats and do the readings for you.
Right, but if the card is an image and you can't see it, how can you read the card?
So a good advice is don't worry so much about the image itself, but more about how the card is labeled. So for me, I have a fairy garden deck, and people tell me that it's really pretty imagery, that there's fairies, there's floral on them. But to me, it just looks like a very muddy picture, and I can't really make out the details. But what I can make out is that at the bottom of each picture is a white banner with the name capitalized. And I can see that.
You even get to hear the read the title because it's such a high contrast.
Right. And then from there, I can, because I'm still learning, I'll admit I am a novice, I can look up the meanings and use that to interpret it. And when I do readings, I don't focus on the cards. I focus more on the auras of the people that are seeking out the readings. And I think it's for that reason that a lot of my readings are on point. So here's the bag I keep my tarot deck in.
Ooh.
And a lot of people are going to use bags or handkerchiefs or scarves to wrap their decks up in to protect them from outside energy sources. Because, like anything you use for readings, it will soak up auras, energies that come in contact with it.
Now, if you had to describe the bag, how would you describe it?
So, I don't know if this is black or blue.
It's blue.
Okay. And
That's your favorite color.
Okay, but to me it looks black. So
Right. Because it's
black.
navy blue.
Well, explains it. Navy blue and black look the same to me. And there are drawstrings with beads.
Nice.
And then there's a silver band that there's a pattern, but I don't know what the pattern is.
I don't know it either. I know it's pretty.
Yeah.
I think it's supposed to be Celtic.
Maybe? I don't know. If any of you guys can make out what the pattern is, comment below please, because I can't tell. Because when you feel it, you just feel the material. You don't feel the indentations of the patterns.
And I think the actual cloth in the bag itself is velvet.
Yes, because you want to make sure it was something I could touch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, having high sensitive skin for her sucks.
Yep. And then this is my fairy deck. I'm going to show you guys bats first, which is our butterflies.
Oh, butterfly.
And then
Butterflies are one of my favorite creatures.
it's this way. And then here are the cards themselves.
Dang. Oh, pretty.
So, like I said, I draw this to my face up. The picture is really big and bright, but I said that doesn't really make a big difference to me. But the bottom I like better, because with my magnifier, I can pick up the name of the card. I still can't see the card. I still have to use a magnifier in order to do readings, because I can't see it, regardless.
Now, with your magnifier, can you see the image?
I can see parts of the image as I focus on it, but that's because that's a light color. I had another deck, which I gave to our friend Robin, that was a vampire deck, and the pictures were black and really dark, and my magnifier had a hard time picking it up, so I couldn't read anything on that. Which is why I gave it a deck, because one, you have more positive energy if you did a gift for a deck. And also, I wasn't using it, and I just felt bad. It was just on the shelf collecting dust.
Right, and you knew she would use it, and that's how we figured out with an Oracle deck.
Well, we also figured out it's an Oracle deck because of the fact it didn't have the traditional Major and Minor Arcanas. So I figured I would do a past, present, future free card reading for myself. I am going to do another video to show that I actually had a street moment that I was able to do a reading for Lauren, and because she's my Irish twin, that's not supposed to work. For some reason, twins have a hard time doing readings for each other because their auras and energy are so similar. The cards will get confused and mixed up. And it's not just because I'm doing the readings. Robin did a reading for us once, and she got her readings confused as well. Because she tried doing them at the same time.
Yeah, so then we learned if you're going to get a reading from her, not even do it the same day.
Nope. It's not like it's her, it's just a lot of people don't know how to do readings for twins. Or triplets, or anything. Because the idea that the spirit or the body, when it's created, is split in half, so there's too strong connection to tell the difference between the two.
Mm-hmm. And with a twin, it's like even more muddled.
Exactly. So the first thing I do is that I know from a previous reading that not all the cards are facing the same way. So I will go through and fix that.
Well, the card up a little higher. There you go.
Sorry.
Good camera lady.
And then while I'm going through this, correcting the cards, I will also focus on my energy. A lot of times it's the idea of water, because that's my element. Even though fire is supposed to be my element because of being Aries, I don't really associate with it. I do not know how to explain that.
It's my element.
No, it's just like a lot of people think it's your birth element, it should be more powerful, but I've always been more connected with water than fire.
Well, we learned in one of your past lives that you were a healer. Do you think that has something to do with it?
It might, but I also learned through 2 experiences that I also have a connection with a fire elemental. Which, at the time, I didn't realize it was elemental. I just thought it was a freak incident.
You would think if you're paired with a fire elemental, that fire would be your element.
But it's not. It's not what I picture in my head when I do my readings. A lot of times I'll picture either like rain or waterfall or mist around the cards. I rarely think of fire.
I think of fire.
I know. And we learned the hard way, that's why you don't touch my deck.
What happened?
No, the one time when we were trying to figure out how to do twin readings, Lauren had my deck. And she decided to cleanse it, shuffle, and hand it back to me. And I yelled because the cards burned me. That's how hot they were.
Yeah, and the whole room felt like we were in a sauna. I remember that.
So I learned out of the big, I love it's interesting is that sometimes the deities will reach out to deck too. What was it? During Maban?
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to do readings, and every time I do reading, all the cards would be in reverse.
Oh, what's that message telling you from the deck?
That I need to either meditate, or I need to reach out and figure out who's trying to contact me and who's blocking me. I found out later using the deck to do yes and no questions, where yes is if the card is face up and no it's in reverse. That it was Morgana, Lady of the Woods, reaching out to me. She just wanted to show me comfort and support because at the time our cousin had passed.
Aww.
But the funniest thing though, I didn't know. It was 2 nights before that, I was talking with another friend who does tarot, and he got my attention saying, hey, there's a cloaked woman in the woods reaching out to you. And I didn't even know of it until I was trying to do tarot readings, and okay, I get the hint. I need to ask, what's going on? You know?
Right. You need to get clarity on the matter.
Alright, so all the cards are faced the right way. So that's what I do, and I'm surprised I can do this because how small my hands are.
Yeah, the cards are bigger than your hand.
Yeah, like.
You imagine if they were any bigger, you'd be screwed.
No. My first deck was an elemental tarot deck, and those cards were huge in my hands. But these aren't about to fit. So what I do next is I'll cup them to both my hands, and then I'll take 3 deep breaths and meditate on my element. So that allowed me to cleanse cards with my element, which is water. And then now I have a connection to it. Now it comes time to shuffle. When you're shuffling, you want to focus on the person's aura and also the question you're asking tarot decks. So I said I was doing the 3-card spread since that's the most simple, besides yes and no. And I'm not to have ask a question in mind, I'm just to see what the cards reveal.
Ooh. And really, it's what message do they want to give to you?
Exactly.
Could be like a card dealer in another life. Alright, place your bets. I saw that snicker. Look, he's gonna take your money.
A lot of times I do the cards, I'll close my eyes. So that way it's more intuition than right there. Than me trying to control the readings and trying to force it. Like you saw when I was trying to put the deck to deal the cards.
Mm-hmm.
I had facing one way and then I stopped and turned the other way. Because I'll get this hard force to turn it. Because it's not how the deities or spirits want to be read.
I was like, this is wrong, fix it.
So next thing I do is now that I have cards drawn, is I will go to my camera mode on my phone and use that as a magnifier. And then I'll also make a note of the cards on my phone as well. So the first one is the 8 of coins. And I'll make a little note of that. This is so when I look up the cards, it's easier to look up instead of trying to reread it over again.
Wait, you mean you don't have the cards memorized?
I do not yet. I should. There's some cards I know, like with the Mage Arcana, like Lovers and Death and Hangman.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to the minors, I'm still learning. The next one is 5 of Swords.
Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. Or be a knight. Whoosh. You gave me sugar. You try to stabby weapon.
What am I to do with you?
What?
And the last card is... Oh, it's only one that's in verse. Is the Emperor.
Ooh.
So, do you want to step? And I'll show you the 3 cards. So, I did spread. I got the cards. Now it's time for next step. So, because I'm a novice, I still don't know a lot of cards. I'll do what anyone else does, and I'll look up the card meaning. But the twist is that once I read the readings, or the meanings, of the cards, I'll think of what definition is, think of who I'm asking for, and focus on the aura. And a lot of times, I'll just use it as an outline or a guide into what the card actually means. For example, this was the first card for the pass, which is the 8 of coins, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or as it calls them, the card of pentacles.
So what did the book say it meant?
So the book said that this card represents determination, hard work, endurance. Pretty much you earned your keep. And because my past, that made sense that because I grew up with people with discernment and my disability, and it made sense that this card would show up because of the fact I did work my butt off for everything I have now in life. So the next card, that we did pass, is the present. And I laughed when I looked this card up because it said it's known as the defeat card.
What's that mean?
So it means that you're done, you're sad, you're throwing the towel, you're defeated. And the reason why I made a sticker is that it's more focused on the fact that you're defeated because you were betrayed or you had a falling out with someone you knew. Yep. And see, that's why I started laughing. So it's more focused that there's a person that I had a falling out or breakup with. And sometimes when the card goes that route, where it's an actual specific person or place, I will get an image or picture of it in my head.
Oh.
And I know who the person is, because I saw who they are, but I'm not going to say it, because I think that'd be rude.
That's very respectful.
But you, as my twin, should have a very good idea who it is.
Well, you know what's messed up is that there's a list and I had to ask for clarification.
I know. So I'm showing it how it came up in the reading. Well, I'll flip it, maybe easier for you to see and read it. So this was the Emperor in reverse. And some people do not do reverse tarot readings in their cards, but I think you should do them. A lot of people see it as either only being half truthful or half the meaning, but I see it as that the cards have both a positive and negative side to them. So when you get a reverse card, it's saying to look at the darker or the not so nice side of the card's meanings.
And what does the card mean?
So, right side up, the Emperor card represents power and your authority figure. A lot of times it's the patriarch of the family or the person you see as a father. It can also be those that are in power, like a boss, a teacher, someone that has influence over your life. That's a male.
And so since it was reversed, what does that mean?
Now, because it was reversed and the fact that it's in the future spot shows that either I have or I will meet a authority figure that will try to control me and that I will recognize it and break this bond.
Like,
I do not like being told what to do. You guys have noticed by now.
No.
And maybe because it's due to growing up and a lot of people saying you can't do this, you can't do that because you're blind. I learned that no, it's just a way to saying I dare you. After I get the meetings, I'll write them down so that it's easier to look at them on the phone or on my computer to get the overall meeting. Like I said, this was a free card reading, past, present, future. But there's other versions of free card readings. There's career, there's love, there's money, there's stress or worries or concerns you have. So there's a lot you pick from. But in general, this was a spread of how I deal with my life. That in the past, any type of struggle I had, I'd work through it. Just right there.
You are stubborn.
Right now, I am following a piece of Lauren's advice, and I'm dating very toxic people because I don't have time for that.
Who has time for toxic people?
And that in the future, due to slowly being able to recognize toxic people, that sadly a person that's either a boss or someone I looked up to as a father figure, I may have to cut ties with them because they might become too controlling. It might be either the fact I have to cut ties, or because I'm not getting a very strong vibe in that direction. Maybe I just need to have a talk and discuss how I feel and fix the situation that way. I don't feel like I'm going to be completely broken from them, but maybe just have like a fight or disagreement to bring it to light. Well, the reading's finished. A lot of times I will put the cards back in the deck and get one more cleanse before I put it in the bag. But I'll leave them out for a little longer because Lauren had a cool idea of doing a more up close personal shot for a video, which would be cool. And yeah, so this is how I do readings. I know it's not the traditional way people do tarot readings, and I know I still have a long way to go, but this method works for me. It's taking something that's high visual and making it adaptable for someone who is visually impaired.
And hey, who knows? Maybe someone else who's visually impaired wanted to get into tarot reading and thought that, oh, it's just images on a card. I can't read them. I can't do it. See this and get inspired.
I have seen other ideas with imagery, like for people that paint, is to have screen reader on and have that read you the cards or describe the pictures to you. I haven't tried it because I'm not a big fan of screen readers.
Yeah, but what if you had like textile pictures, like the outline of it raised?
That might be easier. Like I said, sadly, a lot of tarot cards are mostly visuals and images. I haven't seen actual deck made for the blind or visually impaired community.
You should make one! Okay, brainstorming session after. I was gonna take over your whole video. I'm pressing it. Or what I learned, write the idea down and come back to it.
That's true. But yeah, I figured this would be a simple and nice intro for tarot for you guys from my perspective. But there are a lot more spreads, a lot more cards, and a lot more complexity than a simple 3-card one. I think the biggest one I've done was the Wheel of the Year.
How many cards was that?
That was 12 cards
Woo-wee.
to start off with. And sometimes when you do readings, you'll have your main cards, and then when you look at it, you'll have to draw more because the message isn't clear. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope it actually intrigues you and it's not like, I already know how to do readings. And if you guys really like this and you want me to do other spreads like the Celtic Cross, the Star, the Pyramid, the Family Tree,
Ooh.
comment down below and you may see in a future video. Until next time, blessed be.